who it is. This is a brotherhood. And if we stand strong together, we can't be denied. If one of us goes down, we have another, and another, and another that's ready to fight. So let's hit this field and bang them, bang them, bang them. Somebody, light me up.
It's time to huddle up. It's the Turf District Podcast. Welcome back to the Turf District, where we huddle up to talk all things Edmonton Elks and the CFL. Thank you for joining us. I'm so glad you were here this evening. And of course, joining me as always, it is one Commissioner Kayla, back off the one game and ready to have some fun. You're also on mute.
Okay, so my light is on though.
I don't know. It went mute. So I was like,
I'm like,
okay.
it's on.
I can't hear a Kayla. What's going on?
Sometimes that's not a bad thing though.
Here, I thought you were just trying to, like totally punk us and be like, oh yeah, I'm back, but you can't hear me. Yep.
I'm back, but not really.
Come on.
I'm fine.
Thursday was mostly fun.
No, I'm not. It's not about the game. We're still new into this season. Yes, it hurts, but it is what it is. We got to roll with the punches right now. I mean,
oh, it muted you again for some reason. It's like you fade out and then it muted you. That's weird.
Kate keeps automatically muting me.
Oh, okay.
Nope, not today, sis. Goodbye.
Wow, this is going to be a fun podcast. Lots of great audio on this week's podcast with Kayla. Okay. Oh my! You know what? I was. Well, let me say this first. Thank you for joining us. Whether you're joining us live on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, or you possibly you are catching us on the podcast. You've downloaded the podcast. Thank you very much for that. Or you may be listening on Edmonton Sports Talk Radio, and if you are, thank you very much. I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us. Also, no matter what platform you're on, please add your comments and questions into the chat, and we will try to get some of those as we go along here, possibly into overtime. We'll see how this all goes. It's just one of those things. Also, visit our store, zazzle.ca/store/turf_district_shop. So, Kayla, it has been too long since we've had a chance to chat about our team because of you being away last week. But tell me a little bit about your Thursday and what you liked pre-game.
First, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Okay. I think this thing is losing its life, which is much like me. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, Thursday was so much fun. What can I say about tailgate? You go with the right people and it's just a hoot and a holler. I mean, I went on one of that.
Oh, faded out again.
It's one of the. I don't know
there
if
I saw the whirls. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you see that thing? At tailgate? They have the little rides kind of in the corner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So 4 of us went on that thing, and I haven't laughed that hard in a very, 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 very long time. And the game is, it was a game. Our sectional is growing. We have a bigger family now in sectional, so it's a lot of fun.
Good.
Yes. Gosh, I don't really know what else to say other than it's really good to be back.
Yeah.
Officially,
that's right. Officially. Now you weren't paying attention when the intro rolled. Tyler was nice enough to add in, much as a suggestion was last week, that when they do woo, there's your card on the screen.
Oh Lord,
wooing. So you'll have to see that. I was waiting. I'm like, look at the screen. Oh, well, it was too late.
Sorry.
Luckily, Chris still gets pumped up from that intro. So that's outstanding. Thank you, Chris. And I do like how Ken already said that we should have someone to sign for Kayla.
Yeah, I think I'm going to switch something out here.
All right. I'll let you switch and I'll just carry it for a moment. So, it's another home game. It's a home opener. Unfortunately, the Elks were not able to get where we wanted them to be, and hence, it's this game recap. Game recap. Yeah, unfortunately, Elks made it interesting in the fourth quarter, but fall 38-28 to the Alouettes. The Alouettes are just the better team overall, but that, like I said, at least the fourth quarter was exciting. That should bring you back a little bit, but you never know exactly. But I will say that there were some bright spots in this game, and then there was a big chunk in the middle that was a little bit not so bright, shall we put. Yeah. So give me your thoughts on the game here, Kamish.
Oh gosh. It really okay, listen. We went up against a really, really good team. Okay.
We did.
A really, really good team. And I think the score was a little bit more flattering to us. Not that we didn't deserve it, but if Davis Alexander was still in the game, I don't know if we would have been where we were. Thanks, MBT, for something.
Once always. Come on now.
Once always. We
That's right.
appreciate it, bro. No, so I just want to preface with that. Like, they are an amazing team. Their defense was just outrageously good. And I mean, there are some bright spots for sure that and coming back in the fourth quarter, classic EE mentality. One of my biggest concerns is it seems like we're trending, our third quarters just are not good. There's usually 0 points or very little points. I'm just not sure what that mentality is. I don't get it. I think it's been a couple of years now where it's been very similar to that. And at least in this game, it felt like adjustments were kind of made to the point where we were actually scoring in the fourth quarter and catching up, and may have caught up if maybe there were some different decisions made. But you know what? Live and learn. We have a rookie coach. We have a whole new coaching staff, a lot of new players. Trey Ford's still trying to find his rhythm. It's a little very teensy concerning, just in the sense where things aren't progressing maybe as quickly as we'd like them to, but there are progressions, and that's the good thing. I think my biggest concern, and I can't believe I have to say this, is our defense. Oh my goodness me. 38 points against our defense. That is, again, preface, Montreal, great team, but come on, that is way too high.
Well, and Chris was just saying here, it looked like a brand new team with brand new coaching against a team that had been together for a few years and won the cup 2 years ago. So it did look like that. But I agree with you. That's 2 games in a row that the defense has given up over 400 yards. And I think we could sense that after the game too, even talking to Nick Anderson. It was, there's some things to build off of, but they're still frustrated. They're still frustrated that they're not really getting to where they need to be. And he kept saying over and over again, guys got to go out there and do their job. And if each guy can do their job, then we will be better. And so I think it is, learning a new defensive scheme. Nick Anderson again leads the team with 9 tackles. That's 9 tackles 2 weeks in a row. But as much as he's getting a whole bunch of tackles, I'd rather his tackle numbers be low and we don't have a defense on the field for that.
Oh, exactly. And the same with, I saw that with Cordell Jackson. I'm like, woohoo. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, I saw some missed coverages there. That might not be a good thing.
Speaking of Cordell Jackson, though, Montreal was eating Devondrick Bynum and Manny Ragumba for lunch in that first quarter, and they changed it up and had at first they changed it up and put Leonard Johnson in at corner and put Devondrick back at half. And then in the second half, they switched it again, where Cordell Jackson went back to half and Chalon Garnes went in as the Sam linebacker. And that seemed to settle it down a little bit. So again, it's some of those things where in game, they're having to figure out, okay, this guy actually needs to be here because these guys know how to communicate. So I think that there's a bit of growing there.
Was that right after that James Arlington pretty much walk-in TD where we had Bynum and Jackson both defending that one guy? And
Yeah,
James, I was just like, there's two of you.
like
What is happening? Why
yeah,
are you
that was
doing
kind of a
that?
backbreaker. That one,
Ooh.
not a
Oh,
not a
I was
great
just
one.
gonna say
Yeah,
too, I think Jerry just said it in the comments. 1 sack in 2 games.
yeah, and that is surprising
Yeah,
because we expected a whole lot more out of
yeah.
this particular defense, especially that front seven.
I had that noted. I was looking at the stats and I'm like, that can't be right. I looked at it 3 times going over. I'm like, 1 for the season? I mean, we've
Right?
just got started, but still.
Like it's
Jeez.
yeah, that was really yeah,
Oh, sorry, Cliffy.
not so great.
Got his name wrong.
Sean Thomas Erlington. Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, whatever. I
Yeah.
knew what you meant.
Yeah.
I figured it out. Yeah.
That was a slight on purpose.
Yeah. Was it? Okay.
Hmm.
Yes, I believe that. Um now not all doom and gloom. There was some
No,
good.
no.
What did you see good in this game?
Oh my gosh. Let us eat our words a little bit.
Mhm.
I mean, they were warranted, but Vincent Blanchard, like, thank you so very much for
Yes.
just like
Huge
quelling
bounce
some
back
of
week.
our
Yeah,
absolutely. And also, I thought Steven Dunbar had a great game.
he did.
Him and Curly put up some numbers, and Keon Julian Grant too. Like those three looked really, really good with Trey Ford. And I'll also say this: there's perseverance in that team. They did not give up.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. And Jage really had the big catch, the one big catch for the touchdown.
Mhm.
51 of his how many? I think it was 60 some odd yards, but hey, that's fine. But the big thing with Dunbar, 7 for 7 for 95 yards,
Steady
and
hands.
yep, and gave that good target
Yeah.
for Trey to hit. So
And
happy with
I'm
that.
a little biased because when he's running downfield and his hair is like his dreads are flowing, I'm like, is that Fred Stamps?
That's a good
I
reason to
can't
be
blame
excited.
me.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one more. Oh yes, I really like Arkell Smith. I really like him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
the return game, I think the special teams
is doing good.
was the most consistent phase of the
Who
game
would
for
have
us.
thought?
Like I never in my
Sorry.
life thought I'd say that out loud, but
Right?
here we are. Here we are. The special
Why can't we
teams
just
is
have
amazing.
everything?
Yeah.
Come on.
Um and they tried some things, right? They tried the pooch kick. That one didn't work, but the onside did, and
Mm-hmm.
binge watching came down with the ball. So not such a bad thing there, right?
Yeah.
One other really good thing about the game is that we finally got to meet Heath from Third Down Gamble.
Yeah.
He said that he was very happy to be able to join Section L, even if it was just for 1 week. And Heath, it was great to meet you in person, and I'm glad we got a chance to chat and have some smash burgers. So that was amazing.
Always welcome back. It was a treat to have him.
Absolutely, I am in on that. All right. Anything else on the game you want to talk about?
Let's see here. I mean, I don't want to give too much to Montreal, but they're a really fun team to watch. Davis Alexander is I think he's got a very bright future, and I'm really glad he's not in the West.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to ask your feelings about is the return of the fire truck and the polar bear. How did you
So
feel about it?
I didn't even realize that the polar bear was back. What is his name? Nanook? Nanook,
Mhm.
right? Yeah. So I thought the
Yep.
fire, like, it felt a little old school and I liked it. But I'm not gonna lie, I like saw Nanook on there, but it didn't register at first.
Okay.
And then later on, I was like, oh my gosh, is that Nanook? And why is he back? I thought he turned into Spike. Like, what the heck?
So, and actually, you made a great point by saying that. I was excited when I heard that the big fire truck was going to be back to go around. But I gotta say that I was a little. I guess I was bothered by the fact that it's the old name on the truck. Like, I wish they would have gone
Oh,
with
is it?
just the double
Oh,
E. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
And don't get me wrong, please. I obviously I've followed this team for a very long time. I have a bunch of stuff in my room that is from the old days with the Eskimo name on it. I'm not. It's nothing like that. Um, but that one, I was surprised how it kind of bugged me. And then they brought out Nanook, and I'm like, he doesn't have anything to do with the team. It's been
Yeah.
5 years, and I guess my big thing is that it's like this is just going to cause everybody to be talking about something other than the football on the field, and
Yeah.
it really bugged me a whole lot more than I thought it would, and which is odd because we all had our moment, our what do you want to call that, where you had to kind of recover
Yep.
from the name change, and we had I had definitely got to that point. I think we had all kind of got to that point, and now it's just like, well, let's just pull you right back in and talk about that still instead of talking about the football, and that bugs me.
It just feels like we can't have an in between. It's just like it's either all new or like we're going back to all old. And it's like, well, there
Yeah.
comes a point in time when it's just like, okay, let's grow up and grow out, because like you just said, I thought we put it to rest. Like,
Well, and
as
the culture needed to come back to where it was
yep,
when
100%.
100, and Ed's doing a great job on that. And I
100%.
the culture of being in the community and having winning football, and that this means more than just green and gold, like
Yep.
100% behind that. But just, yeah, dragging it out in front of the fans like that, I was like, oh, really, guys? Like,
And I saw it too, like all over, like on
yeah,
Instagram and Twitter, and it's just like, oh my gosh, we're going like just
right. So that's the part that
again.
I'm like, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
I was I'm sure I'll be fine, but it was just like so
the
just one of those
little
moments. I'm like, guys, we could do better here.
and
Um,
I do shout out to Brent and the all the videographers and like the
oh,
social media people. They are doing a great job with
agreed.
all of their photos and videos that they're pumping out. It's almost like on a daily. It's awesome. I love that engagement, and same with like the community. It's almost like every week they're doing something. And
Yes.
that is fantastic. That is exactly the kind of culture you're building. Perfect. Keep doing that. Keep doing that.
Yeah, yeah, that's the stuff that we want to see. And yeah, so I'm happy to see that stuff. That video, the Always Edmonton video,
Yep.
and
It's great.
our brother super fan. What a
Yeah, so
great slow-mo
cool.
shot with the.
I was intimidated. I
I
don't know.
know, right? I was like, wow, he looks kind of scary in that picture.
Mhm.
That's pretty awesome. If you're curious what it looks like, just look up
Check it
56
out.
Parkies. It's his it's now his
It's great.
what do you call that? Avatar shot,
Profile
profile
shot.
picture.
Yeah, there you
There you
go.
are. It looks awesome, and it was great. And seeing Tree, seeing all the other people that we know, like I
Yeah.
just it was pretty damn cool. So well done to that team. So I stopped in at practice on Sunday. Now, a couple of things that happened. We did have a couple of roster moves. We'll just talk about those really quickly. That being, we released defensive back Manny Ragumba, which was
Mm,
sad. He's a really, really nice guy.
really?
Again, great game, lousy business. And but you could see it just wasn't there in comparison. And then we signed a running back in Spencer Brown, who was with the Panthers. He's now wearing number 28, which I noticed at practice when I was there. And then they did also, and I didn't write down his name, so I'm just going to double check. Here we go. All right. We added a
Elijah?
defensive lineman. Yes, Elijah Alston. So he comes in on the defensive line. So that's interesting. Mostly because, you know, maybe they need somebody to push on those ends who aren't getting home as much. I see Jake and Jared, you know, Serezna and Brinkman, I should say, getting double teamed up the middle, and there isn't that pressure coming from the outside. So maybe this is something to help push that along. After the game, also, there was one, you know, Elliot Brown hanging around on the field.
I
Kind of interesting. So you never know. You never know these things. But at practice, I was also able to catch up with our Jimmy Gaines Award winner. So for that, we should let's catch up with Zach Mathis, shall we? Pull up a chair and get cozy. It is time for a turfside chat. Joined now by Zach Mathis, second year. Well, I guess first training camp, but but second year. Tell us a little bit about how you found it so far.
This year so far, I mean, we got off to a slow start. I definitely thought, like, towards the end of the game, we started to make some progress as an offense, and we did have a very good fourth quarter, but we just got to work on starting fast and doing that in the first half. Camp was good. Camp went well for me and a lot of the guys. Healthy camp. We had a lot of guys come out of it pretty healthy, so that's always good. But like I said, down 2 games, but we're looking to bounce back this week versus Winnipeg.
Yeah, fantastic. Now, you really did have a great camp. What was it like going through your first training camp? Because I know you've done training camp in other places, but first CFL training camp.
Yeah, it was very similar. It definitely reminded me of college. Just like every training camp, wherever you're playing football, you got that month before the season where you're just here all day, every day. So it's very similar to that. But yeah, it went well. And I was excited with how I performed personally, and then just looking to make more of an impact on the field on game days.
Well, and you had a couple of catches in training camp that made us all jump up and get excited. Using that height, how is that working with Trey, and as you guys kind of learn each other for how you can use that to your advantage against some of these DBs?
Oh, I just gotta always attack the ball because I'll always have the height advantage, no matter who we're playing in this league or any league. But so just always working on high pointing it and just Trey's ball placement. We can just always be better, and so we can execute better.
Fantastic. Now, new coaching staff. How is that working for you in Jordan Maximic's system? It's a little different than what you might have been used to from last year.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I will say that. But they've been great with us, working with us, trying to get us up to speed. First year in the offense is going to have some hiccups, but we're definitely, I can tell, we're going to smooth it out and we're going to get going.
Fantastic. Now, you probably don't know about this, but on the podcast, we give out an award every year for the person who stands out the most in their first training camp.
Oh, I got you.
And it's because of a guy named Jimmy Gaines that we used to watch back, I think it was 2016, and he had a great camp, and then we always just named this person.
Yeah.
So this year, you are the recipient of the Jimmy Gaines Award.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. There we go.
We were very, very impressed with your training camp, so I wanted to make sure that you got that.
No, thank you. It means a lot. It means a lot. It means a lot.
You know, we had to stick the sticker on, but it does the trick.
It does the trick.
Exactly. Now, you're going into Winnipeg, as you said, you want to get back on that winning side.
Yep.
What are some of the keys that you go into this game for, and kind of how you prepare to take that game down?
Just whatever Tyrell Ford tells us they're in. I'm kidding. But in all serious, we got to execute. We know they're a very good defense. They've been the staple of the league for the past 5-6 years. They're consistently in Grey Cups for a reason. So we know we got to bring our A game. We got to be efficient on offense and get to that fast start and not have it happen late in the second half. We need to have it happen early in the first quarter so we can get momentum, especially playing in a place like Winnipeg. Definitely can't let them get momentum and get their crowd involved and all those other intangibles, things that aren't even exactly affecting the game but affect the game. So we got to definitely just get off to a fast start and expose the defense.
Fantastic. And practicing with crowd noise today, is that so you can get down to your timing and things like that?
Oh yeah, it's for going in a hostile environment, and trust me, I played in Winnipeg last year. The crowd noise isn't close to that machine, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Fantastic. Now, you've been in Edmonton for a bit now. Have you found a favorite spot you like to go to for eating or doing things outside of football?
I have one favorite spot, and it caught my eye the first time I went, and I always go there every week. And the guys know me in there. It's the only place I have like that here. Okay. And it's pure and simple. The breakfast place, it's part of the Kingsway Mall. Okay. It's so good. Get the Ray's Extravaganza. It's like a skillet, potatoes, you put eggs on it, hollandaise sauce. It's amazing.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is a great recommendation. That is outstanding. Well, congratulations again on the award. We're excited to see you get through the year, and best of luck on Thursday against Winnipeg.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So that's Zach Mathis. Great dude. Boy, he caught me off guard with whatever Tyrell Ford says to do. That was really fun. I mean, not a bad thing to do, but anyway, it just made me laugh. Great guy. Easy to talk to, and I'm excited to see all the things that he's going to be able to accomplish this year. All right.
I need to go to that breakfast spot. That sounds really yummy.
Right? Sounds
trip.
amazing. Yep, I think that's what we'll have to do. Well, it's time for our favorite new segment on the podcast. Let's get Linda in here. First down, this beer. All right. The best part of that, Linda, is that you laugh every time. Like that's the best part.
Okay. Hi guys.
Hi Linda, how are you?
Hi.
I'm all right, thank you. But having missed the home opener and now with the team on the road in friendly Manitoba, it's made me feel a tad unfriendly.
Oh, okay.
And definitely disconnected. There's no tailgate pairing, so me trying to pair beer with Mennonite sausage and Slurpees, it just gave me a headache, a brain freeze. So I took a different approach this week. Now I'll be the first to say that Manitoba has some great craft beer, but you can't get it here. So thank you, internal trade barriers. But I think we're in for a treat when we go to Grey Cup. So instead of celebrating great Winnipeg beer, I watched a lot of reruns of Shoresy and started to decide to poke fun instead at the Winnipeg Blueberry Blue Bombers. So I have a broad appreciation of beers, but I generally do not like blueberry beers. But once I got on the Winnipeg Blueberry Blue Bombers, I could not stop. So I introduce Blueberry Ale from Pump House Brewing in Moncton, New Brunswick. It's a blonde colored ale. They say with the essence of fresh berries and sweet flavors of peppery blueberries and malts and spicy hops. I describe it more as it kind of tastes artificial to me, but apparently it is fresh blueberries. But it's one of the more drinkable ones of the blueberry variety that I've ever had. So unlike the Winnipeg Blueberry Blue Bombers, Pump House calls this beer a winner all the way. So 5%,
it doesn't just show up to the final game. That's it. No, it wins.
5% ABV. So let's compare that now to PEI Brewing's Gahan Blueberry Wheat Ale.
Ooh.
So this is, and you were just out in that end of the world, and I know you had some Gahan beers, Andrew. So
I did. Yes.
This one's an unfiltered white ale. Featuring blueberries from Atlantic Canada. They seem to be terribly proud of their berries out there. So it has an aroma of, sweet wild blueberries that they claim is not too sweet, just right. And the wheat gives it the haze that you see, and you get a bit of a bready, bright malt note.
Ooh.
That does sound really good, though.
And it's balanced with the hops. This is 4.5 ABV. And I'm going to say the girly drinkers will probably prefer this one. And the actual beer drinkers will probably like this one more. And then finally, because I wanted to have a beer tonight that I actually would be interested in instead of buying beers I don't like, I chose a new one from Annex Ale Project, one of my favorite breweries in Calgary, called Chapel Perilous.
Ooh.
And it's a wild French saison. And I chose this on tonight's theme in honor of, little known fact, in honor of the year I spent at Bible College in Winnipeg, where I went to chapel every day. And so Chapel Perilous is really an apt name for that part of my life. So in this beer, now I haven't tasted it yet. I'm saving the first taste for live on air. You're going to get mango and apricot, some gentle oak, and a bit of funk because it's been sitting in a foeder for 3 months, which is a big vat where there's some weird fermentation going on. And it's supposed to balance ripe fruit and farmhouse. Now, I've taught you guys some words that don't sound good, but with beer, they're good. Things like farmhouse, goat, horse blanket. These are actually good things.
These are good. It doesn't sound that way. What about terpene? Is that a good thing? I don't know about that one.
Oh, yeah. Those BC beers. Boy, smelly.
Yeah.
So folks at Annex say Chapel Perilous is layered, dry, expressive, and nuanced. And they recommend chasing it with another one just like it. So I'm going to try it now. Okay, I'm pretty happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Not going to have any trouble getting this one down and chasing it with another.
Okay.
And this one weighs in at 7% ABV.
Oh,
And
nice.
so those are our 3 for tonight. And go Elks.
Okay, wait. I have a question though, Linda.
Okay.
Is it just the blueberry flavors you don't like, or is it like you don't like blueberries?
I love blueberries.
Okay.
It's just whenever it's put into a beer, I feel like it's an artificial, like an extract or like a fake thing.
Have you tried blueberry coffee?
No.
I haven't. I'm not brave enough yet.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll have to try it together.
I would love that.
And Kayla, you're drinking an Okamikasu from Old Beautiful, which is a rice lager, a delicious beer.
Oh, good.
But my friend, if you want it to be a little bit better even, pour it in a glass.
Yeah, I had to rush up here. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You were coming in last minute. You don't say. It's just it's so weird. A couple of things, Linda, just so that you know. Leanne says Linda. Okay, so that's important. Brian Mauritian asking that that's Kayla belching, right? Yeah. And Cliffy says I'm still convinced it was Kayla. So I'm glad that we've set that precedent. Also, Brian saying hello to you, Linda. And
I love you.
And then Chris saying that I don't know if I want to watch this after Linda judged me based on drinking Corona at the Jersey reveal.
I wasn't judging.
And
some people
Cliffy
like
said,
skunky beer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Cliffy said, no word of a lie. I was recently at Pump House and can confirm that the blueberry ale is terrific. And I believe that blueberry ale, you gave that to me for my 50th because it was part of the Blue Bombers, the blueberry Blue Bombers. That were going to be in the Grey Cup. So outstanding. It was, as always, an amazing segment. Thank you, Linda. I am excited to try all of those wonderful beers.
Okay, have
What's
a great
the last
night.
one called again?
It's called Chapel Perilous.
Chapel Perilous. That's Yeah, that sounds like a
Wild French Saison from Annex Ale Project in Calgary.
Ooh,
all right. Well, I will have to chase that one down. And
Mm.
after your reaction, I'm excited to try that one. So
Yeah. 7% doesn't hurt either.
no, it doesn't hurt at all. Yeah,
It's
I'll
true.
take it. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Linda. Have a
Thanks,
wonderful night.
guys. You
Bye,
too.
Linda.
Bye.
All right. We
Ooh.
are back. Ooh, getting you nice and
Just
close.
jump
there.
out of yeah.
Yeah. Making it fun. Just gonna jump back to a couple other little comments that were on here.
Sure.
That there was we forgot to say this. Jamin signing with the Argos. Yay for our good friend Jamin. Also yucky.
Boo, not us.
But that's all right. You know,
Yeah.
that means when Toronto comes to town, we'll get to see Jamin, and that's exciting.
Right,
Yeah.
that is.
And go hang out with him. And the other thing was there was just a couple of comments here on the interview. Wow, this is high praise from one Morley Scott. Great interview.
You would
Wow.
know.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay,
very well
I'll
done.
take that one. Also, Leanne saying, "Oh my God, he's so cute. Totally love that award." And he really did appreciate it. It was funny. You know, as he was walking off, he turned back around and waved it at me, and
Oh.
it was awesome. Yeah, he was still snickering as he was walking away. So that was outstanding.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, but he just like exudes like childlike innocence. I don't know
Yeah,
what
oh,
it is about him, but he's just so
Yeah.
sweet.
Like he is. I don't know how else to explain other than just he's a good guy. Like and that makes it easy, right? When it, and you know, Morley said this great interview, but part of that is that he's really easy to play off of and chat with. So and he had fun with it too. So it definitely made it a lot more fun. So
Got a
thank
couple
you,
of
Zach.
guys like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and go get him this week. Jump over all of those guys and score a touchdown,
Yeah,
will
don't
ya?
be afraid to get up over. Come on, man.
Come
You
on.
had that. You got this. Like,
Pack that ball. Go get it.
just plow
Yeah.
them over. Who cares?
Yeah. Cliffy asking, did we buy like 200 of those thumbs up trophies or what? No, it's like 25. I have them for a few years. So that's outstanding. Yes. Okay, well, let's guess what time it is, Kayla.
I have no idea now. I was gonna say
Oh.
Horton Tell, but that is not right.
Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the game preview. Ooh,
Yeah.
everyone's favorite reverb. Well, I don't know about favorite because I'm saying it, but still. All right. We get another hard match this week. Hard out as we go into Winnipeg
Lord.
to visit the 2-0 Blueberry Blue Bombers. This is a tough one. Zach is back. They played really well in BC. I thought they dominated again early, and then I thought BC's defense kind of started to pick it up a little bit. But yeah, this is a tough one for sure. So, got any keys to the game that you want to talk about here, Kayla?
I mean, our whole game needs to improve. I just like, oh gosh, like you just said, was Zach coming in? I was really hoping he was going to be like Zach of last year with the slow start and throwing all those picks and doing some bad damage to his own team. I was like, okay, nope, he's back. Dang it.
Yeah, I was like, hey, we get him early. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fair.
I mean, one of the not good, like, okay, not good because it's never good when someone is injured, and especially with Brady. He's such a treasure to watch. He's an amazing player. We love our good Canadians, but it does benefit us that he's not playing.
Well, he was also an Edmonton killer, right? Like that running game is now. Peterson's no slouch. Who was in before, and yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out between all of those. But
I mean, I would just, if my keys to the game, if I had to pick two things I'll say. Just the whole defense needs to improve. Just period. You're going up against an MVP quarterback. You just need to improve. You got to be on it. And also what I would like to see, if possible, is just Trey shouldn't need more time, but apparently he does in the pocket. So if we can just hold back that Bombers D-line somehow, some way, a miracle, just to give Trey some time, because like he can have those amazing throws. And you know, if Stephen Dunbar is going to go off, or Curly's going to go off, or Cam's going to go off, or even Zach or Arkell, like if we can just have that spare second or split second more for Trey to like get that ball out, and I mean, for the love of God, run the damn ball.
Yeah.
You have Justin Rankin, you have Javon Lee, run the damn ball.
Correct. Yes, I think that is a big key to this game. We saw the running game take a step last week. You know, Rankin with 76 yards last week. That's against also a very good defense. So can they have that this week as well? And it'll be a little tougher. It's been mentioned in the chat a bit with David Beard being added to the 6-game list.
Shoot.
Very, very tough loss for us. Sounds like it's a calf injury. And on the other hand, we have Mark Cordy to slide right into center, which is great because that's what he did all last year. So at least we've got a guy with experience who has been around on you know, can show that leadership on the line. That's a good thing.
And who knows Trey better?
Yeah, absolutely. And then it'll be interesting to see where they slot the other guys. Is Grahovic going to go in as a left guard? Is he going in as a right guard and McKellar is switching over to left guard? Are they bringing in Mark Evans, who was playing, you know, right tackle while Boyko was out? Is he going to, and we have the space with Canadians. I mean, we changed that ratio and we still have 10 Canadians on the field. Not a bad thing. So I'm curious to see how that plays out when the lineup comes out tomorrow. But that is going to play a huge factor in trying to make sure that we can get that run game going. And the Elks O-line got offensive mention as far as the PFF scores went last week. It means they were giving some time. Trey needs to get the ball a little bit faster. And I think that's something that he can learn, and he's still learning as a young quarterback. So I think the keys to the game for me are get the ball out quick and really work on that running game, and don't shy away from it. Like we need to see, you know, Rankin with like 13, 14 carries, right? So more of that is going to be really important. And on the defensive side of the ball, we got to either get some pressure, or that secondary has got to hold up a little bit better. So can't let these huge explosion plays take away from where we're at. So now the one nice thing is the Bombers are on a bit of a short week in comparison. Our good friend Brian saying some Bombers media is whining about a short week. Not like we went in there on a short week after they had a bye and no game film or anything. Yeah.
Everybody has one.
Everybody has it. Vic saying Edmonton killer. There's a long list of Edmonton killers. There is, but I do think that, you know, there's really only one killer that I want to see on Thursday. And I agree with Jerry. And that's Coach Killer getting a jug of Gatorade over his head on Thursday night. So it will be very interesting to see how that plays off. That Bombers D is great. Here is our Blueberry Bombers fan say in our good friend Aneath. Looks like they haven't fallen off at all. We're blitzing a lot more than last year. Trey better be ready. Yep. And he is definitely going to need to be ready. So it is going to be an interesting game. 6:30 Thursday night. We will I should be able to get my article out earlier this time because it's a 6:30 start, and I don't have to be, you know, up until 11 and then work the next morning. So we'll see how this all goes.
But don't you just never know what happens with overtime. Don't jinx yourself.
Oh God, don't say stuff like that. That's awful. All right. we should get to our pick'ems. You get a point, and you get a point, and you get a point. It's pick'em, it's pick'em, it's pick'em. All right, we have a few fun pick'ems this week, but as always, we will not pick against our team on this show, so we do need some prop bets. Throw your prop bet options into the chat. We will look at those momentarily, and Kayla, you will get to pick the prop bet this week.
Okay.
And then I will set a line, and we will go from there. In the meantime, you and Mike are now tied at 9-3 on the season, and I am one game back at 8-4.
Who
So
hits Calgary?
yeah, stupid Calgary, stupid rain. Anyway, yay Ottawa. That was like one of those ones I'd be happy either way. Like Ottawa won,
Yeah.
Calgary won. Damn it, I picked them. Like
Right?
ah,
Every time. Stupid.
anyway.
Ah!
All right, and it was definitely the under that paid last week when we were looking at the difference between second down conversions between Edmonton and Montreal. Well, I believe I set it at 16.5%, if I remember correctly,
I think that's right.
and it was like 0.5%, so definitely under. Yeah. Well, Montreal's dropped off in the second half there.
Yeah.
And yeah, wonder. And so that made a difference. It kind of brought them closer together, because at one point Montreal was clicking at like 70% on second down. It was crazy. But yeah, they ended up very close to each other, so not so bad. Well, we'll start this week though with Montreal visiting Hamilton. Interesting one. That's in the Hammer. Kayla, who do you got?
So these next few are a little bit difficult because we have injuries that we don't.
Yes.
Right?
That we don't really know about. That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm still going to go Montreal. Okay. Because if anything, like their defense can at least hopefully hold it all together. But
if I'll give it to you that if the news comes out that Alexander isn't playing, would you change your pick?
I mean, would you change it if it was us? Like Hamilton's just as bad right now. So I will keep it at Montreal.
Okay.
Yes.
I was going to say I would keep it at Montreal either way, but I thought I'd give you the opportunity.
That's fine. No, I think.
Okay.
No.
Okay, perfect. Next one is BC at Saskatchewan. This one in the rectangle. I'm a little. This one was kind of a tough one to call for me, but I think it's Saskatchewan at home, and they've just found a way. Like that. Come on, the last kickoff touchdown with 20 seconds left to win the game. Though. Like that's, so I mean, classic CFL moment. Toronto storms back, and then Saskatchewan gets the return touchdown. Just crazy. So I'm going to go with that other team that thinks they're green winning that one. What about you?
Again, is Nathan Rourke out?
We don't know yet.
See?
Mm-hmm.
So for right now, my pick is Saskatchewan because I agree. And like, come on, Mario Alfred is just fun to watch. So fun to watch.
Yes.
Yes. But I may call an audible. May.
Oh, okay.
But right now, Sask. It's at home too.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the big deciding factors for me anyway.
Yeah.
All right. The other game that we have to pick is Toronto at Ottawa. Toronto is visiting the capital. Who do you have in this one?
This one is I'm honestly not too sure. I'm very 50-50 on this one.
I get that because I did I'm the same kind of thing. it's
Has
not an
Toronto
easy
won?
pick, and we know they haven't.
No.
And we don't know if Drew Brown is playing. I don't believe that Chad Kelly is back. I should say. We don't know if he's back. So yeah, it's a little bit tougher to call.
I think, oh dear, gosh, this is a hard one. This is a hard one.
They can't all be easy, Kayla. Come on now.
My gut is just saying Ottawa,
Okay. All right.
but my gut seems to always be wrong. So we'll stick with Ottawa. We'll stick
Sticking with Ottawa.
I mean,
Okay.
because obviously, like, this is
Yeah.
Gino, but also Victor. So whichever you prefer.
Yeah. Binge. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I am going with Ottawa in this game. I think they built a little bit of steam last week. Arbuckle looks like he's kind of coming back to his Grey Cup MVP form. But their defense is still suffering with a lot of injuries. So I'm gonna say that Ottawa finds a way to pull this one out at home and give those fans something to cheer about.
Yeah, if anything, I just feel personally that Ottawa has a more dangerous receiving core right now. Not that they utilized it to their full potential yet. So
all right, there you go. Okay, let me see if I can find some prep bats. Let's see here. Oh, Coach Vic makes me laugh. There's no penalty for being one man short. That's hilarious. Okay, something about learning how to count when you're in Saskatchewan. Okay, here's one from our good friend Jerry. Edmonton passing yards. Let's do another one for sacks by the Elks defense. Ooh, that one's okay. Here's one. Elks kick returns for touchdowns. One can dream.
one can dream.
One can dream. Oh, interesting one here from our friend Heath. More rushing yards, Fajardo or Strevler. That's an interesting one.
That is an interesting one.
And Ken, Elks total points. I'm gonna see if there's anything else in here. I think that's it for now.
I
So
think
do you have
Leanne had
that
one.
you like there?
I think Leanne had one.
She had oh, here we go. Yeah, she did. O-line, D-line penalties. As in which line gets more. Wow.
Leanne.
Okay. That's a bit of a negative prop bet. I mean, yeah. Which one gets less? Okay, but even still. Okay.
Even still.
Which prop bet are you picking there, Kayla?
I want to remain positive.
Okay.
I feel like if we say the sacks ones, it's like putting good juju in the air.
Okay.
But I also don't trust our team enough to actually be like, oh, good juju, let me grab it. It'll be like, oh, good juju. And then it'll just let it sail on by.
I saw that. It went by.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
So I'm torn between two. I'd like to see the passing yards ones just because I think Trey's starting to pick it up, and then the total points, I think. Is that the other one?
It was Elks points. Yeah.
Elks points. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Which one?
Well, that's the rub of it, isn't it? We'll do passing. We'll do passing.
Passing. So how many passing yards for Trey Ford?
Yeah.
Are we saying for Trey Ford or Elks? Just in case.
Let's say I don't also want to put anything out there, so we'll say Trey Ford.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so Ford passing. Okay, and the line that I am going to set against this incredibly good Bomber defense. You're already stressing before I've even said the number.
I know.
I'm gonna say 234 and a half.
I think I'm.
So 234 and a half for Trey Ford passing yards. Over or under, Kayla? If you're wondering, he threw for just over 200 in BC.
Yeah.
And he went for, I believe it was 300 in this game. Hold on. I will tell you. In the game. Now, granted, a lot of that in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But it was, where is he? 308. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say under, but I might go with over because that was a Montreal defense.
Yeah, it was.
And arguably they could be better than Winnipeg.
Okay.
So I will say over because I said under last time. So we'll say over.
Okay.
Yeah, even though I think they're gonna run a lot.
And that's the thing. That was why at first I was gonna say like 249 and a half, and I was thinking like, okay, but if they really work on the run hard against Tony Jones and that defense, now I've even confused myself. I was thinking about it. I'm gonna take the under just
okay
just to try and see if I can break it up a little bit and see if I can catch you. I do think they are going to try and lean on that run a little bit.
I think they will too, but I think it's still good. I don't think they'll quite get to 3, but I think they'll go over because it's 234 and a half, right? That's what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of ones in here. Brian saying Mazzoli hit for 284. Trey should be able to top that. Mazzoli was horrible. I guess that's entirely possible. Derek saying under. He threw more yards against Montreal, but he got lots when it seemed Montreal were just coasting. I asked him about that on Monday at practice, and he said, they were still throwing cover 0 and blitzing and things like that. So they didn't take their foot off the gas completely.
I don't think Montreal knows how to coast. I don't think Jason Moss knows how to coast.
I know, like
as a head coach,
and Thorpe, right? He doesn't
they want to see us bleed.
You can say it was over. You can say it was garbage time, all those types of things, but they definitely did. It was all the pressure wasn't off. No. Then over from Jerry. Coach Vic saying under, my friends, because he believes in the run just like I do. I know it. Also Chris saying under, but I pray I'm proven wrong, and I would be okay to be wrong in this one too.
Yeah, well, me too. If Justin Rankin goes out there and lights it up, I'll be as happy as a clown. Prove me wrong any day, Rank. Any day. Bring up the tank. Don't care.
And as you were saying, when does a Moss coach team coast? Yes. And no better way to finish our game preview and prop bets other than Coach Vic saying, run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. Run the damn ball. No damn. Okay. All right. Well, this is another fun, spirited show. Let me tell you. Excited. We can take a couple of questions into overtime, so that way then we can get a little bit of chatting in.
Sure.
But for now, we'll wrap up this particular show because it does. We don't want to get it too long.
And we don't want to talk about our fantasy and how much we suck.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 1-2. I believe you're 1-2 as well.
Yep.
Are you not? Yeah.
Oh, 5 points I lost by. 5 points.
Oh, I lost by a lot more because I dressed a guy that didn't even play. Yeah.
I almost had 2. I just happened to go check my fantasy and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I had Emilis in and then I realized
Me too.
I'm like, crap. I forgot to take him out. It's because I set my line on like Monday afternoon and thought, okay, I'll come back to it. And then
I have an alarm on Wednesday night to check everything.
Oh, good deal. I need to start doing that.
I'm a little competitive.
You don't say. Yeah. I'll come back. It's fine. Thank you to Scout. Smash the thumbs up for the Turf District podcast. Please do.
Thanks, bro.
Please do hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, throw a comment in there, share, like, all those fun things. It helps grow the show. Really, really appreciate it. Commissioner, where does everybody find you on the Twitters?
Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
At Duchess Lombardi.
See,
That's it. Yeah.
yeah, I know. I know how it works. Yeah. Make sure you're following our brother superfan Mike. Unfortunately, he is just flying back in from out east, but he should return hopefully next week. Although next week we may move the show to Wednesday just because of Canada Day, and lots of people already have plans on Tuesday, Canada Day. And so I don't want to take away from that in the midst of this. So we'll try and slide it over if we can. Make sure you're following our friends at Pay It Forward with Football. They are doing great things to spread kindness, and of course that's what we need in this world. Follow Superfan at 56 Parkies, or the Edmonton History at EDM HISTOREE. And of course, you can follow the show at the Turf District and me at Free Policious. Really appreciate all the interactions that we do have on our social medias. Make sure you check out our store. We're working on a couple of new designs that should be out hopefully before too long. One was recently requested, so maybe that'll help to know what you're looking for. And if you are live, stick around for overtime, where we will take some more of your questions and do a bit more chatting about the team. Otherwise, we will be back next week. I wanted to say what I usually do, but Ken kind of said that I need to stop doing that. So we're going to be back next week to talk about a game. That's what we're going to do.
Oh, yeah.
Do you like that? Better?
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 It is what it is.
Yeah, it's
He's
pretty
not
fair. All right.
wrong.
No, he's not wrong. All right. If you're live, stick around for overtime. Otherwise, we will chat with you next week. For Commissioner K, Linda, Superfan Mike, I am Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.
Go anywhere. It's overtime.
And we are back for overtime. Hey, I actually got that one. That was a little bit smoother this time. I got
I was
getting the
enjoying
timing
it.
back.
Yeah, you
Until
are.
it's like week 3. Oh,
Just like the
working it all
team.
up.
Shaking
Right?
off the rust.
Oh, it's all getting. What was that again? No.
Also, I highly recommend. This is a really good beer.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't tried that one. Sorry, is it called Old Faithful? Is that what it was? No,
Old Beautiful
Old Beautiful.
Brewing
Okay.
and Okami Kasu Japanese ale.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
I'll have to see if I can track that one down.
Well, I know a place. If you want one, I can pick one up for you.
You know a place.
I know a place.
You're highly connected.
Or highly alcoholic. I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It could be either. Why? I mean, why argue? It could be.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're connected. Throw your fan questions into the chat. We will go over some of the things that we need to talk about with the team. We want to interact with you a little bit here in overtime before we wrap up for the night. Let me go back. I'm trying to roll all of these at the same time, which is always fun in games. Okay, so let's go back here. So I'm scrolling back to the top here. And Leanne, I might as well kick it off with this. Conspiracy theory: Nanook is actually a girl who was sent to live with a sick aunt for a while. That's an interesting conspiracy theory. All right, Cliffy saying, I'm still in shock at the attendance of the last game. Lots of possible reasons why: Stanley Cup hangover, Thursday game, etc. But it still surprises nonetheless. How'd you feel about the attendance at the game?
Surprised. I wish I was surprised, but I'm just not at this point. But Clippy made some really good points. You can feel like the whole city was just under this cloud after the Oilers lost Game 6. I don't think anyone was really wanting to cheer on anything Edmonton sports related. And it's a Thursday game. It never really pulls well. Even I felt with tailgate, the preseason seemed to be hopping just a little bit more than it was for the Thursday game, but it still sucks. I mean, they're really trying. They really are, but you need a team that unfortunately is winning, and we are not. So
yeah, that's fair. I think to add into it, there was a full day and basically a half of heavy rain.
yeah,
That I think a lot of people kind of thought, it's
why
going to rain
bother?
again. I'm not going to
Yeah,
go. It ended out being a beautiful evening.
perfect.
But I do think that played a bit of a role. Again,
Yeah,
Thursday
could be.
night. Not that Montreal's a great team, but they're not a big draw here
Right. They're not
because
Saskatchewan.
right, they're not a Western team.
Yeah.
It's also like how often do we win against Montreal? Now, if you looked at the seating chart, like 3/4 of that lower bowl was sold, but that is not the people that were there for sure,
It's very interesting.
right? So we still had more people in Calgary. Granted, they were raining and it was awful down there. But it was it was a weak crowd. Derek saying the attendance didn't surprise me. Raised ticket prices after many tough years, plus open up on a Thursday. I wonder what the actual attendance number was. I might wager a guess at
12?
10 or 11,000.
Okay.
Yeah, probably somewhere in there. So, but you know what'll bring people back? Changing the name. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Ken did say, did anyone see the clip on X where Eddie Steele talks about rumors of the name change back? This thing just won't die. Yes, he was on one of the new shows that is covering Edmonton football, and that is the Edmonton Tailgate.
I mean, I thought it was like
Name is-
Elks Nation
Elks Nation. There we are. Yeah.
.ca or something.
Yes. So that I can't remember now. I'm really not doing well at supporting our colleagues here. He was down for the
Declan.
Declan.
Duncan. Declan.
I will apologize to
Declan.
him at the next game. But he was down doing the post game. So more people covering the team is outstanding. And yes, he was talking with Eddie Steele, and he had talked about the change. I think they'll get as close to doing the name change as they can and not do it.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't take much stock into rumors until it actually happens, right? Like, it's just like you said, it just won't die, and it's very frustrating and it's exhausting. I kind of meant like, I'm just a fan, and even I'm just like, oh my gosh, like just let it die.
Can we stop fighting about that and start talking about football? Like
It's
that's
very, very.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And Jerry saying, I will say it, this name crap needs to stop. Appreciate the past, but the Edmonton Elks, let it go. And I think that's part of where we're a lot of us are feeling. It's just like, okay. And Cliffy saying, agree, Hugo, doesn't matter what you call this team, winning is the only thing that will put butts in seats again.
It's true. It is.
Amen.
Yeah.
Ken was talking about our new defensive line signing in Alston, showing a lot of energy and speed the last 2 days of practice.
Oh, great.
I'll keep a closer eye on him from this point forward. That's awesome to hear. Because he got signed the day after I was at practice. So I didn't
Naturally.
get to see him. Yeah, exactly. But I did get to see the new running back. He looked all right. And again, good to have some backups in place.
Mhm.
Let's just scroll down here and see. Sorry, trying to do like all of the comments and everything at the same time.
I wish I could help.
That's okay. It's just one of those wonderful things. I still gonna say that Brian says that's Caleb belching, right? Yeah, okay.
I'll never know.
It's outstanding. Makes me laugh every time. Okay. Oh, here, Brian also saying Pure and Simple is a money breakfast place. We have one here. So there you go. Breakfast Pure and Simple. We need to check this out. Okay.
Now I wonder if Winnipeg has one, because that sounds like a great place
Doesn't
for
it though?
Grey Cup breakfast. Yes.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Ken saying, I heard the Bombers only practiced once this week in preparation for the Thursday game. Well, they had a short week. We all have it, but they played Saturday and then they play Thursday. So Sunday off for recovery.
One day?
Maybe Monday off, then practice Tuesday, walk through Wednesday, and then game. Maybe.
Must be.
Yeah, must be.
Well, just shows you how much of a threat we are to them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think Brian was saying that Edmonton is going to come around. They have too much talent there, and a defense. That's what he's saying. Edmonton defense, I think, and that's just how that kind of came out. And yes, they will definitely come around.
It's again.
Oh, there you go. Heath confirming. Yep, only practice was today, Tuesday. So.
Well, hopefully that benefits us somehow.
Last year on a short week, they pitched a shutout against BC. Yay. Okay.
Good times.
Yeah, great. We didn't even get to mention this. Leanne saying that speaking of Calgary, I see Biggie is on their PR now. Yes, Adam Bighill signing with the Calgary Stampeders. Even if he's just as a coach, I mean, that's a great signing, right?
Yeah.
He can help that team for sure. So congrats to Biggie for
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that, I thought the rapper, and I'm like, he's alive?
Yeah. Adam Bighill. Yeah. Wally saying no faith in Bo. I'm assuming that's when we were doing our picks. No, because Bo's a jerk. Yeah. It just never doesn't stop for me. I will never like that.
And even if he was so great, I'd be like, no.
Yeah. No. He says, I don't blame their pick though. Al's defense is fire. So
yeah.
And I just hurts
it is.
Say stuff like that. It's fire.
Facts.
Yeah. Pardon?
It's factual.
Factual. There, see? That was like the full words. Well done. That was good.
Well, facts is a full word.
I know, but it's still just okay. All right. So here is Coach Vic saying, I would love to see a 200-yard run game by the whole team. Ooh,
that'd be fun.
That's a big ask.
That's a big ask, yeah.
Ken says Bombers have only given up 66 yards in 2 games.
You hush, Ken.
Yeah.
You hush.
Stop being negative, Ken.
Yeah. He's like, no, it's factual. And we're like, shut up.
Yeah. And Scout saying, much love, fam. Much love. Of course. You, brother, keep it up. Keep up your great show and all the great things you do.
Absolutely.
Leanne reminded me to don't forget my Dazzle Zazzle store, which I did not. So that's good. Okay. Brian has a question. I want to know what you're hearing about the Eskimos name returning and your opinions on it based on some recent clues. Larry Thompson seems to be throwing it out there. So I think the one thing I will say, I had a great conversation with Dave Campbell about this. Chris Morris has said the name is not changing. No, he didn't say yet. He didn't. He just said the name is not changing, but they're going to acknowledge the past. So at this particular moment, I have not heard anything more than that. You see things returning that, again, like, a person who's been a fan for many, many years, seeing the actual fire truck back was cool. Name on the side, maybe not so much, but we'll see. I truly hope that they don't, and just let's get back to winning football.
Yeah,
That's
I agree.
all right. Okay, curious, still learning, but how long or how many losses before one should start to be concerned about the performance? What's your thoughts on that, Kayla?
I think last year my panic button was around 5 games, and that was
Okay.
when you were bringing in a veteran quarterback to
Mm,
start the team.
okay.
I would still say if they don't have a win in 5 games, that's not good. Obviously, like
Well, yeah, it's not good either way,
it's
but yeah.
not good. Now, we're in a very precarious situation because we need a win in order to fill seats. We've just discussed that. Nothing fills a stadium like a winning team.
Mhm.
But we have such another rookie team, it feels like. Yes, we have some veterans coming from other teams. Some guys have been on the team a little bit longer. But the coaching staff, everything is developed and different. We have a new GM, a new president. It's just like another turnover has happened. But it's such a delicate spot. We need to win. And yet, if we don't win, I understand. But
Yeah.
that's not going to help the team progress in any way, shape, or form, because they're going to keep losing people if they don't get a win, especially when you try to rank up the team under Trey Ford, but he is still a learning quarterback, but he needs to prove himself. And if he can't do that, I don't know the answer for an actual length of time. But for me, I always look at like that 5 game and the schedule as well. I mean, we're coming off of a very hard start to the season,
Mhm.
a little harder than I think that we even anticipated. But I mean, you still have to give it that all that grind, all that effort. You have to put it in. But again, you go back to last year, we had so many close games. We just couldn't pull out a win. So I feel like there's some kind of curse on this team and this organization that we can't shake. And it's
don't say that. That's going to go right back to the other conversation.
oh
talking about
wow,
the
pish
yeah.
posh. It's just
It's
all of
not
this
that.
stuff, right?
Um,
Like
Where's where's Cliffy's line? Doesn't matter what they're called. Here's the thing. I divide up every season into thirds, right? So 6 games is the first third, 6 games second, 6 games the last third. This team is they did put enough talent together, like Brian
mhm,
said. I'm happy about that. But I look at this team and think this is a team that has a whole new coaching staff that they're whole new coaching staff they're trying to learn, other than Sorrells, who is back as the offensive line coordinator. I expected them to get better every game and to be better near the mid to end of the season.
okay.
So if you look at the first 9 games, if we can find a way in there to get 3 or 4 wins, I'd love more, but if we can get 3 or 4 wins in there and then start to get on a roll, I can get behind that. I expected this team to have a rough start and then to
Mhm,
build as they get more comfortable with each other. So I didn't when you have that much free agency turnover and you're looking at coaches that are either new to their position or they're new to a bunch of the players, it's going to take some time. And
mhm,
so I'm trying to be fairly patient with it.
Yep.
I know that, I mean, it's still frustrating. Don't get me wrong. After the game, you saw me, I was still frustrated. Like, come on, like you guys. Um, and, but I do want them. And yes, this is a rough patch, rough schedule to start. BC at home in the first game. They're always great. Then we get Montreal, and then we get the team that's been to the Grey Cup the last 5 years or 4 years, whatever it is. And so yeah, it's a rough thing. Then we start to get teams that should be right about where we are, or maybe a bit ahead of us, but definitely more of an opportunity. Got games like Ottawa, right?
Mhm.
So I think that we're gonna have to see. What I need to see every game is progression. And I did see progression from game 1 to game 2. You saw the running
100%.
game got better.
Yep.
You saw in the fourth quarter that they were, they were connecting on some things. You saw the bounce back from Vincent Blanchard and the special teams. There was all steps going forward.
Yep.
As long as I can see that, no matter what the number is above the loss column, I'm not really concerned until we get to approximately that game 7, 8, 9. That's when I'm going to start to be like, oh, well, that this is where we're at. So it really, really hard to preach patience after the last 4 years of garbage.
Exactly.
Very, very hard. Even
Yep.
have to remind myself.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I have to have some patience with this team based on where they are. So yeah, this is something that I think we need to all kind of keep in mind as we go through this first part of the season.
Well, that's the conundrum right now. Is
Mhm.
like the entire team up to the bloody management almost has to have blinders on, and not to say that they don't, but to drown out the noise, because again, it's going to come down to people, media, fans, all that stuff shouting, "Oh, we're losing it, we're losing it." And just like the same, like you just said, we have to pull ourselves out of that mentality too. But if you want that winning team, like you said, you have to have that patience and that development. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't care to know about the transition of the football teams as they come along. So all they see is that W and that L. And that's why I say we're in such a strange position, because we need to start winning in order to get that crowd, in order to get the funds, in order to keep this mentality going. But you also need time to develop. It's like we're in that very strange, I don't even know what you call it, amoeba, like blah, 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 where it's just like we can't quite get our foot on the ground yet.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair. And
Yeah.
I asked Coach Killer after the game, with the struggles on the offense through the first 3 quarters, was there ever a thought in there to put Cody Fajardo in just for a couple of series, not for the rest of the game, but just for a couple of series? And he very quickly said, nope.
Next question.
Correct. Like that was it. So he's going to give Trey a long leash. He has a lot of patience for him to succeed. And so that's that is what we're going to go with. So I wouldn't be worried about it, like I said, until we get closer to that midway point of the season.
Yeah. I think so too.
Take some time.
And coming on that schedule, man, brutal.
Oh, it's just
hey, we don't live on excuses. We don't live on excuses. I hope this is the best thing that actually happens to them, because they play some really good teams and they step up. And they step up big time, right? Like, put that pressure on.
Yeah, well, we've got Winnipeg this week. Then we've got Ottawa. Then we have BC at home. So, at least there's a few weeks of tape now. Then we have to play in Saskatchewan. That's not an easy win for sure. Then we've got Hamilton at home. So I look at that and think, well, there's a possibility of a couple of wins, maybe 3, right? And depending on what happens, injury wise in Saskatchewan, you never know. So,
well, they looked pretty, like you said, they looked shaky against Ottawa.
Who?
Saskatchewan. Didn't you just say
They
Saskatchewan stays?
they played Toronto. Toronto
right.
came back and then
Toronto.
they won in
Yeah,
the last-
sorry, Toronto.
Yeah.
Toronto.
Okay, I was confused for a minute. Like what?
No, that's what I was thinking. Toronto, Ottawa, and then I was like, who's gonna win? Because they both kind of were like,
Right.
"Ooh."
Okay. Fair
But
enough.
no,
Yes.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And Toronto's not this one like spectacular team this year. Well, to begin the start of the year. So
Yeah.
I mean, Saskatchewan doesn't look as good as I thought they were going to.
I think they've had moments. I think they're dealing with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
And that doesn't help, but they're still finding the way to get the W, right?
Yeah.
And that's that second year under a new head coach.
Yep, that
right?
grit. Yep.
Yeah. And here, going back to that for just a second, I don't know if you remember in I think it was 2016, where everyone was prepared. It was almost halfway through the season, maybe August-ish, and everyone in Winnipeg was like calling for O'Shea's head. And it was just like this, it's this team's not winning and blah, blah, blah. And they brought in Matt Nichols and the team started winning.
Tide
And would
shifted.
anybody now think of getting rid of Coach O'Shea? Like, no, never. Right. So yeah, patience
And that
pays off.
spark of magic has to come from somewhere. We just need that little light the fire.
Yep.
We need that spark of magic somewhere.
Yep. And it'll happen. So all right. So question from John, thoughts on the upper deck new seats. So he's talking about the loge seating that is up just off the upper deck, or just right on the edge of the upper deck. I think it's kind of a cool idea. I would like to sit up there and see what it's like, but I didn't. They look kind of cool.
Are they to win? Do you buy them? Like, what's the situation?
I actually don't know. I haven't even looked into it.
Yeah, me neither.
So, but it
And
does. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it looks kind of neat, and I mean, you'd have a good sight from there. People who like the upper deck would be excited about that too. So it's good.
Yeah, it's all right. Sorry.
I've
had my days in the upper deck.
That's right. Yeah, I'm happy down. Leanne asking, did anyone actually get sent home? Is Dinwiddie threatened? So I don't know if you saw that at all. After the Toronto game, Saskatchewan game, when Saskatchewan got that touchdown, Dinwiddie was furious, like next level livid. And he's like, heads are going to roll. People are not going to be here and all this type of thing. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't looked to see if they actually cut anybody, but yeah. So it happens you only have 11 men on the field.
Okay, I missed that completely.
Yeah, okay. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so Coach Vic saying we do need to win. Early season wins play out in end of season positioning. I want to win, and I would agree. But again, we gotta have some.
We'll get it.
We'll get it. Yeah. I think we answered this already. How much rope does Trey have before they go to Fajardo? Lots. All of it right now. It's all of the rope. Yeah. Okay. Chris saying my initial prediction was the E will go 0-3 to 0-5 before the gel will solidify. So yeah. So we're 0-2 now. So 2, 3, whatever.
0-2. 0-2.
Thanks.
I know it feels like it's been longer, but
it feels yeah. Sorry. And Scout saying 6 to 7 games without a win. Trey's got to take his lumps. So same kind of thing that we have been talking about. I think 2013 asks, yes, when they struggled at the beginning and then they started to put it together, and 2014 was just that much better, and 2015 was amazing. So,
Yep.
All right. Cliffy saying, agree, Vic. For whatever reason, this team keeps knocking themselves 2 steps back, both on and off the field. And so we need to have some consistency.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just see what else here. Brian saying for BC, on a good note, we're done with Winnipeg.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
you lucky
isn't everybody
guy.
done with Winnipeg? Come on. Come on. Oh, you mean playing? Oh.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, we still have 2 games. Okay. Brian saying Sask needs to play some better teams before they get anointed anything. That's fair. That's fair. But I do think that they
I think they're
are
good.
going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the later half of the season once they get all their healthy guys back.
Okay. Okay. And then
God.
this is for the low seating. It's $15K for a season or $16.50 a game for a ticket. And the Elks are giving low seats away to season seat holders as long as low spots are left unpurchased. So that's the deets on getting up there. So that'd be kind of cool. I mean, you never know. I'd be happy to go up there if they ever need somebody to volunteer just for, yeah. I don't know if they I think like in the loge type seating they have at Rogers, like you get a like a server basically that comes and will, take orders, bring drinks, all those things. I don't know if they have that at the loge seating or not, but that'd be kind of wild.
Is
Like-
that are drinks and food included though?
No, you have to pay for the
Oh
drinks and food, but-
yeah.
Yeah.
No
it's just
comment.
Yeah. What, a little rich for your blood?
Tad. I only think I'm bougie, okay? I'm not actually bougie.
All right. Okay, they do have a server. So 6 seats, 4 tables, a canopy, a server, and a garbage can. So you can get rid of whatever you need to. All right.
I think I have that just, a couple steps up from my seats as
From
well.
your seat that is not 1650.
Just saying.
Yeah. Is the 1650 for the whole 6 seats, Scout? That's my next question. Or is it like per seat? Because that would be crazy. Brian
Sold me
saying
on the
"Sold me on the
garbage
can."
We just usually end up throwing it
Okay.
at Chad.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So this is a little bit better. It's for all 6. So it's
Gotcha.
not per seat. So okay. Well then.
Okay, hang on. I'm doing the math.
I can do. You want to do some math? I mean, it's
No.
not cheap.
No.
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 Good seats though. Can see everything.
Yeah, again, I've had my day in the upper deck.
All right. Well,
Faux
Chris
bougie.
says, "Are you faux bougie?
Yeah.
Is that like faux del but different?" Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, excellent discussion here on overtime this evening. I think we will wrap at that point. Thank you so much for everyone for joining and for throwing your questions into the chat. We really appreciate the interaction and of course you guys tuning in to see the show and to interact with us. So really appreciate it. Okay, Kayla, where does everybody find you on Twitters?
Ooh, you can find me on Twitters at Duchess Lombardi.
Lovely. You can follow our brother at 56 Parkies, or also the history at EDMHISTOREE. You can follow me at Free Policious and the show, of course, at the Turf District on all of the different social medias. Thank you again for joining in. Thank you again to Zach Mathis for a great interview. Thank you again to Linda for some wonderful beers for this week.
Yes.
6:30 in Winnipeg. We will be watching. I'm sure we will be messaging, social mediaing, all those types of things. Join in the chat there. And of course, we will be back next week. I will send out the schedule once we kind of figure it out, what will work best. But we look forward to chatting to you once again next week as we get back together and talk about the Edmonton Elks. So thank you again for joining. For Kayla, Linda, Superfan Mike, I'm Andrew. Remember, you can't catch footballs with your face, and we will absolutely talk to you next week.